Alright, good morning everybody. Driving back from doing the awful, terrible 13.3 workout. Same as 12.4. So I just did it. It's 7:30 on Thursday morning after it was announced. And I am somewhat happy, not disappointed, I don't know what the word is, to say that I got the exact same time or scores as I did it the 2 times I did it last year. So last year I did it twice, I got through 10 muscle-ups. This morning I did it again, got through 12 muscle-ups. Each of the 3 times I adopted a slightly different strategy. So the first time I did it last year, I went balls out. I treated Karen like a sprint. I actually PR'd my Karen by like 30 seconds, which was crazy. And then I wound up having to break up my double unders about 10 to 15 times. I wrote it down, but I really can't remember off the top of my head right now. But I had to break it up about 10 times, which means that by the time I got to the muscle-ups, I had about 2 minutes. The second time I did it last year, I treated it a little bit more like an EMOM. So I did one large set to start. I think it was 25. Say somewhere between 20 and 30, which I'm 5'4", so that's a significant feat of effort for me. And then afterwards it was 5 wall ball, break for 3 breaths, 5 wall ball, break for 3 breaths. That wound up being about 45 seconds slower. I did the double unders in a unbroken set of 3, or I did it in 3 sets. Sorry, not unbroken, in 3 sets, so about 30 each time. And then I got through 10 muscle-ups. Excuse me. Second time I did it last year, I failed on 4 muscle-ups. The first time I did it last year, I didn't fail on any muscle-ups. This time, I thought of it more of by the time domain. So Brian McKenzie's been putting out videos with Kelly Starrett and Diane Fu and Carl Paoli on Mobility WOD talking about the open strategies. So I haven't watched his yet. I watched Mike Bledsoe's on Fitter.tv with Mike McGoldrick, and I watched some of Carl Paoli's tips on Gymnastics WOD. But I haven't seen what Brian thought on pacing. But when you look at the workout, it's a 12-minute AMRAP. And I think to my history, and I've ran a lot of 2 miles, that's the standard PT test for the Army. And so there's a pacing for it. And it's the same thing I always held to, which is you run your first quarter to half mile fast, settle into a slightly slower pace once you've broken away from the pack a little bit, and then sprint to the finish and try to do negative split. So you go faster, fastest, and you can think about breaking it up in almost half mile chunk, and then half mile sprint at the end, sprint being a relative term. So I thought of it the same way this time. So I went out, did a pretty solid set of like 25 unbroken wall balls, did large chunk sets, so 15 to 10. Eventually that dropped to 7 after I got to about 80, and then at the end I was having to do 5s. But I only kind of kept a decent pace, so it was fast, and then the double unders and muscle-ups, which were really my only strengths in the workout, I broke once on the double unders, and I had a little over 2 minutes to do the muscle-ups. Got a little greedy. I did 2 sets of 3, and then sets of 2 for the rest of them. I might have gone to a set of 2 on the second one. I probably wouldn't have missed my last muscle-up attempt for 1 rep PR, but I think that's, sorry, driving, so the camera's a little weird. I think that's the strategy to take, is faster, fastest, right? Good luck.